Hey guys, it's Jess. It looks like I'm in an interrogation room at a police station. So I'm sitting on the floor of my living room because there's not a lot of, I've got a lot of plants to show everyone and there wasn't enough space on the table to put them all. So the lightings are really a bit off because it's right above me and it's giving off these fluorescent office light vibes, so I'm sorry about that, but hopefully to make it up to you, I've got a lot of plants to show you. So these plants I've purchased over the past couple of months and I hadn't had time to do a haul as I progressively got them, but now given that work's over and I'm on a holiday now, which is super exciting, I thought I'd sit down and show you guys all these plants. I think I have maybe excuse me, I think I have about 20 plants that I've got since my last haul. These are also plants that I haven't shown in my lives, I don't think, or any recent plant videos. So these are all plants that you guys haven't seen yet, but I'm super excited to share with you. Also guys, I've just started doing Vlogmas, which is very late because it's only 2 days out from Christmas, but I'm super excited to be on holiday, which means that I could be filming every single day and uploading every single day. So I'm very excited about that. I've been rambling on too much, so I thought I'd start off by showing you guys this. This is my Calathea obifolia that I got maybe 2 months ago. And she's just exploded. Look at her. I got her from the discount section of a nursery because, as you can see, some of her leaves here are sunburned. She was very crispy, and so I spotted her in the clearance section. She was priced at 20 bucks, but then upon checkout I only got her for $10, which I was like, wow, we were meant to be. I've really wanted a Calathea obifolia. I've got to say she's one of the plants that I've had on my wish list for a while, ever since I got into houseplants a year ago. So I'm very pleased to have one. Now, since I got her, she's exploded. She's got a lot of new growth. This is one of her new leaves that's coming out. This one's sort of stuck mid-unfurl. This is one of the plants that I purchased in the last couple of months, my Calathea obifolia. Another Calathea that I got recently, because I'm really loving these Calatheas at the moment, is their cousin. I'm going to say the Calathea fasciata. Calathea fasciata, very similar to the obifolia in shape of the leaves and also the markings, but of course different in colouring. And she's a lot smaller than her cousin, but similar to the obifolia. I got this one on clearance because she's just a little bit crispy from being in the sun too much, but she has got new growth since I got her down there, which looks a bit more healthier. Given the crispiness you could see in both of these obifolias, in both of these Calatheas, these are plants that don't like direct sunlight and they can burn out quite quickly. I think I've got 4 Calatheas in my collection now, and I was going to do a video on some care tips on them, so look out for that one quite soon. But this is this is a plant that I got in the last couple of months, the Calathea fasciata. Now this plant I got actually a while ago, and I've got 2 of them, but this is the name. He's got a spotted dick. So I think if you can see, he's got a lot of black spots on him, which is what drew my attention to him in the first instance. He's been munched on a little bit, so I need to find the culprit. But he's got these black spots on him. When I first got him, he had a lot more black spots, so I'm not sure if it's because of age or as they mature they lose their black spots, but I believe that this is a lily of some sorts. As I said, got 2 of them. I had them for a couple of months. They put out this long feeler over the springtime because I think this is this is what they use to pollinate. I really like it because of the unusual black spots that it has. The next plant that I wanted to show everyone was this Philodendron Torsions. Now this is a unusual looking philodendron. It's very different to the other philodendrons that I have, because I think a lot of philodendrons tend to be a little bit more leafy, have a lot more foliage. This one stays true from having unique foliage in the shape of its leaves, which I thought was freaking amazing. Look at the leaves. Crazy. I think there's also this philodendron is very similar to the Philodendron elegans, which I think there's a bit of debate as to whether something's a true tortum or elegans, but this I bought this labeled as a, well, not labeled, but the seller said that this was a Philodendron tortum. I've got some new growth coming out, which is super exciting. One thing I want to say with this plant is you've got to be careful not to overwater him too much, because he's susceptible to root rot. Be careful of overwatering for this guy. This philodendron is also a very, very slow grower, so if you have one of these and he hasn't been doing anything for a while, don't worry, he's just a late bloomer. The next plant I wanted to show everyone that I got, I think like 5 months ago or 4 months ago, is this tassel fern. It's called a Peperomia carnitum. So this is the tag that was on him. It's my first tassel fern. It's my first tassel fern, so I'm very excited. Again, what attracted me to this guy is obviously his weird little leaves that come out. It's so cool. He's doing quite well. I know that tassel ferns can be a little bit temperamental, but I keep him hanging in my greenhouse, and I think the key is to keep them aerated and quite moist. So I think a couple of days ago we had some really hot days in Sydney, so I made sure to give him a drink and a misting in the morning to make sure that he doesn't dry up. And I have him hanging, so that just makes sure that his roots do stay a bit aerated. So guys, I got this tassel fern. It's my first tassel fern. I'm super excited about, and I got him a couple of months ago. Another hanging plant that I got is this Philodendron Graciela. Very unusual. What attracted me to this guy is look at his root structure. Look at how they elevate him off the ground. His soil mix, there's a lot of pumice, I think chunks of pumice and orchid bark in there, which means this guy's roots like to be incredibly aerated. He's an I think I said that he's an Anthurium Graciela. Again, I also hang him up because these guys are epiphytes, so they like to stick onto a host plant that's quite high up in the air, in the canopy of the forests. But guys, really am loving him. He also hangs out in my greenhouse. He gets a lot of aeration there, which is good. But yeah guys, another more unusual plant I picked up over the past couple of months. Guys, this he might not seem much, but this curly Sue or Chlorophytum comosum, he's the curlier cousin of the spider plants, but I really wanted one of these when I first got into houseplants, because I felt that they're just very sweet, because its leaves curl up and it's like curly hair, and I thought that was very sweet of it. So this guy, if you are new to houseplants, a spider plant is a great starter plant to have because they're super easy to take care of. This guy, I've got to say, he doesn't give me too much trouble. I did, before going on camera, prune off his older and dying leaves, so he's looking fresh for the camera. But guys, I picked up a curly Sue recently, and yeah, she's very happy. She makes me happy. At the beginning of this video that I'm going to be showing plants that I haven't shown in any of my recent videos. I can't remember if I shared this one with everyone, but this is a Anthurium polydactylum. I wanted to include this one in the video because this was one of my very recent plant purchases, I think in the last 2 weeks or so, and I wanted to show everyone this because if you had, because I thought it was a little bit unusual. Like you don't really see plants like this quite often. It's my second Anthurium. Oh no, he's just got a little bit of a spider. He's got a spider sitting behind his leaves, but very unusual plant that I was very much attracted to. I think one of you guys actually, I forget which one of you said that polydactyl actually means fingers in, I want to say Latin, but no, because yes, I've shown you guys actually I have shown him in one of my recent videos, but I was saying that his leaves look like fingers, and I think one of you actually said yes, polydactyl actually means fingers. And then also guys, I think just because I got the polydactyl the same time I got the black knight, now I do feel it's all coming back to me. I feel like I have shown you some of these plants, but this is a Philodendron black knight. He is, oh, I love him so much. He's dark leaf philodendron. As they mature, they get a bit, their leaves turn very dark, almost a black color. He's a lot more unusual than other philodendron. Now this one I actually got a long time ago, and long I mean probably more than 5 months ago, but this is a Peperomia. I'll insert the name because I forget, but something variegata. I got this Peperomia and this cast iron plant at around the same time because I was seeing a lot of variegated plants, and the more expensive ones such as your Thai constellation, or even the variegated obliqua, but there's no way I'll ever be able to get an obliqua. But I think this and my variegated cast iron was during a phase where I was really into variegated plants, but without the price tag. So I picked up this lovely guy. He is also a very easy plant to take care of. He's got very fleshy leaves, which means you don't need to worry too much about him drying out because his leaves retain a lot of moisture. He's got a lot of new leaf, he's got a new leaf coming up. He's gotten a lot bigger since I last got him. He's got some very beautiful variegation there. So yeah guys, I was just talking about this variegated cast iron plant because I was in a variegated plant phase, but this is a cast iron plant, variegated, very easy to take care of, incredibly tough plant. He's very forgiving. I should be taking more care of him, but he kind of just chills. But his leaves, the variegation, incredible. I really like the block of variegation he gives off. He's also, I know this guy doesn't look too great, but he's also given off a pure white leaf before. Now this one's slowly dying now. His variegation reminds me a lot of watercolors and brush strokes. It's a very beautiful plant. I picked him up with one of my Mary grew plants on Instagram, and she's got one of these as well. So I don't know why I'm calling it him because I agreed to name her after Mary. So this is Mary, my variegated cast iron plant. Now guys, this, I wish I was able to show you her in her full glory when I first got her, because her foliage was beautiful before, but she's got a case of root rot, which is why I'm keeping her in a jar of perlite and water. I took her out of soil because that soil mixture just retained so much water. But this is the Alocasia Cattleya. She's a little bit wrinkly now because I know she's doing her best to get better soon. But this is the Alocasia that has the amazing, I think, black markings. It reminds me of Deadpool. I got her recently. I do feel bad that she's suffering a little bit, but I'm hoping by putting her in some perlite, it's going to get well soon, a lot quicker. I do see new roots coming out, so I am hopeful. But I got a Alocasia Cattleya, Siloplot. This is her here. This is a Syngonium Wendelani. I am so happy with her. She's the variegated Syngonium. Her leaves can be a little bit velvet. The story behind her was I was getting a bit stressed out because things weren't getting anywhere, and so I hopped on to Facebook marketplace where they were selling plants, and I saw her for sale and I was like, what? I have to get you, because I really wanted one of these because of the foliage is just amazing. Like, look at that. And so I was like, wow, it's my lucky day, even though I'm getting stressed. I picked her up and here she is. I have to pot her up because she's still sitting in sphagnum moss. But guys, this is the Syngonium wendelane. She's a velvety Syngonium, and I picked her up from a plant seller in Victoria. Now guys, I've got 2 more plants. Actually, I've got 3 more plants. I have to go outside to get the other one. But guys, these are the recent plants that I picked up, and the reason I mean just yesterday. This is a Philodendron silver cloud. Now her leaf is a little bit droopy here because yesterday was so windy and I was racing around the city carrying her like a baby to try and stop the wind from hurting her leaf, but I don't know if I was that successful because this leaf is a little bit droopy. This is the Philodendron silver cloud, everyone. They're quite precious because I can see they go for they can be a little bit on the pricier side. But I actually picked this one up over winter from a seller in Sydney, and she was so lovely to keep her on the side for me over winter because I was getting a bit worried about my plants, my tropical plants over winter, because I didn't think I had the right setup. But this is a Philodendron silver cloud. She's got beautiful foliage. You can see why she's called a silver cloud, because of that silver speckling. And then the last plant, or second last plant, is this Caladium lindeni xanosoma. Now guys, you probably can see a theme that's running through my plants at the moment. I'm really loving these plants, this white pattern through the green. It just really catches your attention. I got it as a sort of a Christmas present for myself because I was like, why not? You can see, yeah, you can see that I'm going through a really similar theme recently with my plants. Guys, hold on just a tick. Got one more plant to show everyone. Ooh. I lie, everyone. I actually had 2 more plants to show you. I was like going through my greenhouse and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot to show this one. So yes, I've been on a bit of a plant purchasing craze for the past 3 months. But guys, I wanted to show you this zebra plant that I had picked up at the succulent corner. I actually got a new video posted 2 days ago on my visit to the succulent corner, which is a nursery in Sydney. She's doing quite well. Again, very easy grower and beautiful foliage. And guys, the last plant that I wanted to show everyone is this Mickey Mouse plant, the Alocasia xanthosoma. Now, oh, this leaf is getting too heavy for her, so it's falling down a bit. But this, guys, is such a beautiful plant. This is one of her new leaves, and I noticed that her new leaf comes out more. The variegation on this leaf is a little more yellow compared to the variegation on her other leaves, which are a little bit more white. It's like, I don't know why. I realized on one plant it could have different types of variegation, as you can see there. But guys, I got her from the Last Jungle Collective plant sale, which I also had that video up just yesterday. So if you guys wanted to see where I got her, you can check out that video. She can get quite thirsty, so make sure you keep her watered. But I'm so happy with her. I'm sorry, I'm like, wow, her leaves. Look at that patterning, guys. She's so pretty. This guy's also known as a Mickey Mouse plant because her leaves look like the shape of Mickey Mouse. I'm so happy with these plants. So guys, that's all I have for you. But I wanted to do a plant haul, sort of a condensed plant haul of all the plants that I've got in the past couple of months. I hope you enjoyed it. I know there was a lot of plants to get through, but hopefully you saw yeah, you saw a variety of plants and I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know which one's your favorite. It's very hard for me to pick up my favorite. I think I've got to say my favorite so far, only because I just picked her up yesterday and she's a precious little baby, is this silver cloud. So I want to make sure she's doing okay. I'm going to give her some TLC because she was a bit battered by the wind yesterday. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to have another video up tomorrow. I'm just going to think about what video I wanted to do, but I will definitely have a video up for you tomorrow as well. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions on any of the plants that I've got, please drop me a line. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!